Hello again, everyone. This is your Tech Ambassador, Nicole Rufo, here to talk about Step 2 in the compliance process. In our first video, we talked about how to create an opportunity in Command. And if you have followed Step 1 correctly, you will be led into DocuSign. And today we're going to talk about how to get our PAR documents filled out and signed by our clients. So we start at the DocuSign login screen. You're going to log in with your DocuSign username and password. Now your DocuSign username is going to be different from your KW and Command username. Your DocuSign username is going to be your email address. And if you have forgotten your password, you can click this Forgot Password link. Otherwise, you can log in. And again, if you have followed Step 1 correctly, it should bring you directly into the room that you created. Rooms is the new term for loops. We previously referred to them as loops and dot loop, and we're now referring to them as rooms. So since I started this transaction in Command, it brings me right into the room I created for Robert Byer of 123 Main Street in Philadelphia. From here, Step 1 is always going to be to click on your details section. Now, in the near future, the data that you already entered into Command should migrate over into this section. So that's going to make it a lot more seamless on us. They are working on that. And so in the meantime, if the data did not migrate over, you're just going to click on your edit button and fill in as many details as you have on this transaction. And this screen is similar to the view details section of .loop. So you're going to type in the property information and the transaction information on the left-hand side, and you're going to type in the client information on the right-hand columns. So in this particular example, I can leave the seller blank, but you would want to put in your seller information for any transaction that you were using. But most importantly, you want to put in your information and your client's information. That's what's going to facilitate you being able to sign those documents and your client being able to sign those documents. So I'm just going to put Robert's information in as buyer 1, his cell phone number, his email address, and then again my information for buyer agent. And the more information you put in here, the more your documents will autofill. So you want to put in as much information as you can. I'm just going to move on for the sake of the example. And there is a save button here, so you're going to want to click save at the bottom right. Once you have filled in those details, you can navigate over to the Documents tab in the top here. You're going to click on Documents, and you're going to begin to add your documents. So you'll click this Add button here, and you'll be given some options, and we're going to pull documents right from DocuSign in this example. You'll have another pop-up screen pop up, and this will give you access to all of the PAR and NJAR documents. So if you're licensed in New Jersey and you're a member of the New Jersey Association of Realtors, you'll have access to the NJAR forms, and same thing with Pennsylvania. If you're licensed in Pennsylvania and you're a member of the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, you'll have the option for your Pennsylvania forms as well. So if you click on library and you select your library, you will see that those comprehensive documents in that library. However, if you click on the first drop-down box into groups and then select a group from there, you're going to see the templates as you previously remember them from .loop. So in this example, I'm going to use a buyer sale template. But again, this is only going to contain our PAR documents, our Pennsylvania Association of Realtor documents. I'll show you how to access our in-house documents in the next video. From here, you're just going to click Add, and it's going to add all the documents into your room. And here's where you can begin editing those documents. So in this example, I'm going to use the buyer agency contract. I want to show you how to fill this document out and send it out to your client for signature. So you're going to click on the buyer agency contract from this screen, and whatever information you've already put into the details section will auto-populate on this document. So you can see I added my company name, my cell phone number, my email address, my buyer's name. And you do want to just come back in here and fill in all the gaps. So you'll notice that my buyer's phone number didn't populate. It looks as though that field is mislabeled right now. So they are, again, working on closing the gap between some of these glitches that are still happening within DocuSign. So for now, I'll just manually type in the additional information. And once that form is completely filled out, and it is to my liking, I am going to click on, and again, I'm just leaving a lot of these things blank just for the example. Once the document's completely filled out, I'm going to click on the Save and Close button up here in the top right-hand corner. That document is now prepared to be sent out to my client. And in order to do that, I'm going to scroll over to my Envelope tab on the top left-hand side. I'm going to click Envelopes, and I'm going to create a new envelope. So we previously called it sharing in dotloop, and now we're calling it envelopes. We're going to create a new envelope, and we can name that envelope. And we're going to add documents into the envelope. Now, in this example, we're going to click on Room Docs, and we're going to pull over the buyer agency contract. That's the document we're going to have them sign. We're going to click Add Selected. And then when we're adding recipients, and this is a crucial part into completing the envelope correctly, you want to click on Pre-Tagged Roles. Don't use any of the other options here. Go ahead and click on Pre-Tagged Roles, and then tell DocuSign once more who Buyer 1 is. So you're going to click on Buyer 1, and then from the drop down, you'll select Robert Buyer. This is what's going to give Robert access to the signature fields. And then we can click Add Selected. You can include a message to Robert here. You're going to click Next, and then it's going to bring you back into the document to check it one more time. Once you're in this screen, you'll have the opportunity to add any additional fields that you may need. You can add strike-throughs and initials here. So in this screen, you can customize the document even further. Okay, so we have the buyer agency contract here. We can make sure again that it's all filled out. If we need to add anything additional, we have the opportunity to add text boxes, check boxes, strike-throughs and initials, and additional signature fields as well. If you scroll down, you just want to ensure that your buyer initial box is popping up in the right section. So you can see I have a yellow box here on the bottom left and a signature box here on the bottom left. And you want to ensure that these colors coordinate with the dot color next to the client's name. So if you clicked on this drop down, if you had multiple buyers, they would be assigned different colors, and you want to ensure that the colors match with the person in the correct signature field. Once that's all done, you're going to go ahead and click send, and that's going to send it out to your client. You'll be redirected back into your envelopes, and you'll see this envelope is waiting on Robert's signature. Once he has signed this document, that waiting for others will turn to a green banner and say that it's been signed and completed with a checkbox. And then the signed version of the document will appear in your Documents tab. So that's how we're going to complete that's how we're going to complete our PAR contracts at this time. And stand by for my next video on how to complete your in-house documents.